everybody? It's Dr. Rick dropping in on you. Hope everybody is having an unbelievable day. It has been a crazy year for me. It's been a crazy 12 months, honestly. And I am grateful that I've been able to withstand some of the most intense challenges that I've faced in my life. I'm grateful that I am in a position to fulfill many of the desires and goals that I set for this year, despite having to endure some pretty intense challenges. Those challenges I have no desire to speak on. I'm trusting God with everything as far as that goes, and I'm moving forward in the things that I know I do have control over, and that's moving towards my goal, moving towards my destiny. And I'm excited about that. And one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about today is an opportunity that will not exist after tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. This will be absolute and non-negotiable. Those of you who have paid attention, I've been talking about scaling out for a while. This has been my goal since I relaunched my company, Rick Wallace Enterprises, some 12, 13 years ago, after hitting a major catastrophic event business-wise and suffering some significant losses and having to start over. The goal was to get to a point to where I'm on the cusp now. And I've done it through sacrifice. I've done it through intense focus and an unrelenting desire to complete what I started. It has not been easy. It has been very fulfilling because I'm not afraid of the work. I'm not afraid of the challenges. I'm not afraid of the bumps and the bruises. I'm not afraid of falling backwards and getting up and moving forward again. I'm not afraid of failing forward. All the things that it has required to get to this point, none of that stuff scares me. I've been to the belly and the pit of despair. I know what it looks like. There's nothing that can scare me now. I'm not afraid of death. When death comes, I'll be ready for it. I'm not afraid of anything that can happen. The only thing I'm afraid of is what the outcome of me quitting will look like for myself, my legacy, and my descendants. Other than that, I'm going. I'm saying all that to say that I've been talking about scaling out. I've been talking about something that I hadn't started mentioning until recently. Is all of this is about me returning to my first love, which is live events, the stage. Before I ever read my first book, I was on the stage. My grandmother had me speaking at 3 years old. I mean, I was herded around. I reciting the creation at 3 years old, and the stage has been my safe haven for the longest. And I got away from it when I started building this business. I got behind that computer, and I'm going to build it. I'm going to build it. And the thing is, I learned so much. There's so much I'm proud of myself of having to go through and do it. That I'm proud of what I've accomplished, what I'm doing, but it's time to move to the next level. And so we're having an unbelievable event at the end of the year that I'm not here to really talk about that right now. I'm here to talk about another opportunity, but we're having this event and it's going to be my first time back on stage. Well, unless something happens, and I've been invited to a couple events and things didn't work out. But if something happens and somebody invites me to an event, I'll definitely show up. I love it. But as far as an event sponsored by me, themed behind the work I do and how I do it and accomplishing what I do, this is going to be my first time back. I'm excited about it. The team is happy. We're full-fledged ahead. There's a lot of work still to be done. A lot of things need to be done. A whole bunch of stuff on deck. But here's the thing. I've created new programs, new platforms. I've done so much over the course of rebuilding my company. One thing that I made it a point to do was make myself accessible to what I consider the average person. I wanted to people who couldn't afford some of my high ticket items to still be able to get at me. And I took hits for that. When I reduced my prices to a certain extent, I can't recoup that with that client. You know, that means it's dipping into something where I'm charging somebody full price. And I did it because I wanted to reach people. And I'm at a point now where my team is saying, no, we're going to save you from your heart. You're not going to do that. I've got people who really love me and care about me saying, no, you cannot keep investing by way of heart. You've got to understand business is business, and you've got to find another way to feed that. And anyway, what I'm getting at is I am scaling back on my one-on-one encounters. I'm only going to take so many a year. I'll have an idea by the end of October how many people I plan on working with in a year completely, and we'll set those up. We'll set times aside on the calendar for that, and we'll start dealing with that as people fall off. We'll determine whether we're renewing or not, and in new acquisitions we'll determine when and where and all of that. And obviously, as access to me becomes more rare, the price to have access to me is going to go up. This is simply business. I've earned it. I've put in nothing but hour after hour after hour after hour of work to hone my skills, to develop my mastery, to develop the level of expertise I possess to work with people at the level I work with. And so I have no qualms with that. Obviously, just the heart and love I have for people wants me to be able to reach people, and we'll do some events and stuff like that. But as far as the business, it's business full steam ahead. I've invested in people so much, and they have been the most difficult people to work with. The people that get the biggest breaks become the biggest problems. Not everybody, because I know some people out there that I have worked with that I'm still excited about what we've done. But there's so many more that's just like, oh my God, I'll never do this again. And I've said that so many times, I'm never doing this again, and here I go. Well, here's something that I'm offering, and it's only going to be until tomorrow. You've heard me talk about the 7-day online business launch, where I'm teaching people to do what I did, literally go online and develop a presence online and learn how to make money. When I started it, I learned from scratch. I went out and I took some courses with Tony Robbins, actually. I didn't have it, but I went and got it because I knew I needed it. And it wasn't about business strategy. It was about what was going on with me. I was struggling. I had took the biggest hit I ever took in my life, and my confidence was shaking. And no matter what I told myself, and I needed to be in an environment that was electric, and I was in that environment, and that's all it took. I've never looked back. The greatest $5,000 I've ever spent. And this is a time that $5,000 is like, oh my God, might as well have been 50. But I did it. Here's the thing. And for everybody, it's different. For different people, it was different people. That at that moment, what I was hearing when they were promoting that event, I'm like, I gotta be there. I've got to do this. And I did. And a lot has come out of that. I developed relationships I still have. Matter of fact, a lot of the stuff that I'm being able to do are coming from people who are on Tony's team that I have access to that are now helping me build this thing out. But anyway, what am I getting at? I wish I had what I'm offering now. For the people who are not detail oriented or don't have the time or just not, you're not going to follow through, I have a done for you business build out. In other words, I'm going to literally sit down based on your strengths, based on what you want to do, based on how things go for you, and present you with different options for business. Then I'm going to build it out. And when I say I mean my company, Myriad Business Solutions, going to build it out for you. Then we're going to sit up, create the sales funnels, create the promotioning, handle the marketing, handle the business, writing the business plan, all the things that goes along with the business planning, product and service, sourcing, the whole nine. We're going to do all that for you. But here's the big point. We are going to actually stay with you. We're going to stay there and run this thing for you. We're going to manage it for you until you turn a profit. So that means until you earn back every dime you spent with us and any other incidentals that come along in the process, you will have us there working for you. Then we're going to stay an additional year as consultants to make sure that everything you need to do, you're going to be able to do. You're going to have the answers and everything you need and the support you need to get through it. So that is us building it for you, us monitoring it, making sure all the mechanisms are working, getting you going, lead generation, customer acquisition, customer retention, and showing you the whole process in the same time. This is what we're doing here. This is what we're doing here. And then leaving you with the opportunity to hire some of our third source resources to come in and do some of the things we're doing. If you don't ever want to take it over and still have it be profitable, we're going to do all that for you. Now, when I first set this up, here I am, I'm thinking I want everybody to feel close enough to it that if they really want to go ahead and get it. So I set it at $59.95, $6,000. And I said, but I'm going to do a discount. I'm going to do a basically half off discount. So it came down to $29.97. And somebody I know, I'm not going to call names, somebody, if I said, you would know. I sent it to them. And their reply was, are you out of your mind? And I was like, what, you don't think it'll work? You don't think? No, I think it's a great idea. I know it'll work and I know you can pull it off. Here's the problem. That's way too low. I said, what, the $29.97? Say, no, the $59.95. It needs to be $25,000. I'm like, $25,000? Say, stop thinking about the people who can't buy it and start focusing on the people who can. That's how you're going to grow your business beyond where you've been. You're so focused on who can afford you, you're never going to get what you're worth. Whoa, said 25. I still haven't set it at 25, but I did set it to $15,995. But I didn't change the discount price on it. So until tomorrow, $29.97. After that, it goes to $15,995. And I can't tell you how long that's going to be, because the truth of the matter is, if I'm building something for you that you can literally keep for the rest of your life and make $10,000, $15,000 a month, conservatively, because you can do more than that. Make $5,000 a month. I create something you can make $2,500 a month. At $2,500 a month, in a year, you will have earned back the $15,000 plus, and in profit. Tell me what business you can go into and break profit, generally speaking, in a year. I've been doing it. I have a blueprint and formula that I've used, and it works over and over and over again for everything I've done. If you look at some of the things I posted, you'll start to see just some of the logos of the businesses that I have operating now. That doesn't even count the things that I have online that I just built because that was an opportunity, and it's not even officially a company. It's part of one of the companies I do. So it's under the umbrella of Rick Wallace Enterprises, but it's actually something that I just saw and say, I'm going to do it. Sit up and go out and do it. And I'm going to do this for you, done for you, the entire business. We're going to agree on a name. We're going to agree on an industry. We're going to agree on a niche. We're going to agree on how you want to enter the industry. I'm going to create all that for you. We're going to build it out. We're going to set up everything. We're going to do your market research. We're going to determine who your target audience is, where your target audience hangs out at, where your best place to promote and build your brand. All that stuff, we're going to discuss it with you, but we're going to do it for you. And we're going to sit there after we get it built and launch it. We are going to stay with you until it turns profit. Asking for no other payment. Now, there may be incidentals, and I say may, because I haven't decided how I'm going to approach the marketing and ad side of things. I've got some things that I can do in that way that I can get through it. So we're going to figure that out. But what I can tell you is, at $29.97, $2,997, it's easily worth $25,000. He was absolutely right. It's worth $25,000, because even at $25,000 in less than 2 years, you break even. And from that point on, until you decide to do something different or you decide to sell it, you are going to consistently be earning profit over and over again off of something I did for you. I get paid for it once. So yes, it is worth it. So in the description box, it's going to be a link. And the thing is, everything I'm doing, all the hard work I put in, the things that I'm about to expand and enjoy in life, all that stuff is possible for anybody who wants to invest themselves and get out of the zone they're in into the next zone. It's not easy. It doesn't happen overnight, trust me, but it does happen. You can see progress. You can move. There's so many things I could have done different if I wasn't so worried about everybody else. I could have gotten there a lot quicker. but I don't have any regrets. I got to love on a lot of people. I got to help a lot of people, and I will continue to do so. But business is business, and I have to do what's best for me and my family, because my family deserves the best of me. And that's what I'm doing. But at the same time, here's an opportunity for you to really start something. You've been talking about this business, and you're going to do this business, and you've been doing your research. You done read books. You done went here. You done been to the library. You done ordered this course. You've done all these different things, and you're still sitting there because you don't know where to start. You don't know how to begin. You got all these uncertainties. Now, you sit up and you pay my company. You pay me. And we're going to take care of it. And we're going to stay with you until you turn profit. That means we're doing the work. We're running the ads. We're creating the content. We're doing all the things that eventually you're going to have to do and someone else is going to do. But we're going to do it in a way that produces. We're going to do it in a way that wins. I've got people sitting up that are ready to go to work. But again, tomorrow after 6, this goes to $15,995. And more than likely, you won't hear about it a lot in the regular veins of what I do. It's going to go into a lead funnel. It's going to go into a sales funnel. And it's going to be targeted at people who can afford the $15,995. I'll mention things. But, the time for begging people to go out and invest in themselves is over. The one thing that this thing is going to do for me, having a marketing team now, having a team that's going to deal with the events, having all of that stuff is freeing me up to be who I am, to be me. I've been doing so much on my own for so long. I'm just drug out of, I'm exhausted. But I'm energized every morning to get up because I'm doing what I love doing. But now I'm at a place now where I can just be free and do it because I'm getting people I can trust. And it's been so hard. When you done had something happen to you where you've invested your whole life into something, you watch it go from underneath you, and you go through the hard work of rebuilding it, it's hard to trust it with someone. It's hard to trust, but you have to understand, if you don't trust it with someone, you're going to always be limited to what you can do. You're one person, and all you ever be is one person. You're going to trust some people to do some things. And there's some people out there that are better at what they do than you are. And I know this. While I'm good at it, while I know it, while I have done some crazy, mad stuff that I'm excited and proud of, I haven't touched the surface of what's possible. That time is coming. I want to invite you to take your first step and move towards something exceptional, something extraordinary, something phenomenal. If you say you want a business, here's your opportunity. We did the 7-day business launch where we teach you how to do it. We give you everything you need. And what I do is I follow up with everybody. So I don't just sell you something, then show up, give it to you and say, hey, good luck. I follow up. I want to know what you're doing. I want to know how, because it matters to me that you're successful because you are tied to me now. So I'm following, and what I'm following is a lot of people got it, and they're admittedly, Doc, I hate to admit it, but I ain't followed through. You know what? As soon as I do this, sometimes we have to be honest with ourselves and say, look, at this point in time in my life, follow through ain't it, but I need this. I need to see it there. I need to see something. Let me help you get there. Let me help you get there. Again, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. This isn't some magical potion. This is a legitimate company that's going to require work. It's going to require energy. It's going to require commitment. It's going to have to be managed with care. We're going to get you started, but you're going to have the work ethic to follow it through and carry it through and get it to the next level. We're going to have a lot of opportunities once you get it to profitability for you to do other things and take advantage of other opportunities. We're going to have it set up for you that you literally will have the opportunity to be successful. Even after we step down and you reach profitability and we step down, there's going to be other opportunities to plug into us again, to do this, to do that, to grow, to do this, scaling, all that stuff. It's going to be an opportunity to do it at the time that's right for you, at the time that you're financially ready to do it, and we are going to make sure you get there. I'm telling you, it's possible. I'm telling you that The only difference between the people who are getting things like this done and you is they're taking action. What if I would have folded when all that stuff went wrong? Even worse, what if I would have never started in the first place? What if I'd have looked at it and said, man, I can't do that. Man, I can't afford that. Man, and all I've ever did is say yes. Yes. 90%, 95% of the time that I said yes, I didn't have a clue of what I was going to do and how I was going to do it. I just knew it was something I wanted to do and I was going to figure it out. It's time for you to do something special. It's time for you to do something extraordinary. It's time for you to do something phenomenal. It's time for you to step from behind that shield of comfort that you've been hiding behind. It's time to go after it. It's that simple. On that note, I'm out. You guys have a great day. Peace.